Hello guys, I wanted to do a video about being lean, losing weight, staying in shape. I'm 45 years old, I've never been overweight, in reasonable shape. I'm not saying I've got a crazy good body like a fitness guy on Instagram, but I'm in reasonable shape. People always asking about the gym, exercise, but actually this is the myth of the fitness industry that they're making billions of dollars on. It's 90% about what you're eating and drinking. Nutrition is key. Exercise and working out are wonderful. I do work out most days. But being lean is really little to do with that. I have friends who are in the gym a lot and they're overweight. I have friends with very physical jobs that are overweight. I have friends who do very little physical activity and they're slim. I'm 45 years old. When I was 18, I remember talking to a guy in a pub with a big belly and he said, oh, when you get to 25, you'll have this belly like me. I never did. When I was 25, I met 40-year-olds telling me I'll have a belly when I'm 40. Never have. I'll never have a belly when I'm 50, when I'm 70. And it's because I keep an eye on what I eat. People around me will call my food health food, but for me it's just food. I just don't consider half the things for sale in supermarkets in the UK as food. It's just garbage. And that's a simple one to start with. Just don't keep garbage in your house. Biscuits, crisps, chocolate bars, just don't buy them. And if you really want something like that now and again, just go out and buy it. Buy one. Don't buy the multi-pack. If you want a Mars bar now and again, go out and get one. But if one Mars bar is £1 and a pack of 4 is £1.20, get the one. They're not helping you in this so-called saving because they're just going to make you eat more and more of this stuff. Belly, first of all, is all about what you put in your mouth, about eating and drinking. It's nothing to do with exercise. Yes, if you did hours and hours a day of hard aerobic exercise, you would burn a lot of fat and it would come off part of your belly and other places. But it's mostly about what you're eating and drinking. And I just want to talk to you today about a few hacks of mine that I've found that help me. I wanted to make this video for you today because some of you out there might want to just lose some weight. I'm not saying you necessarily want to be lean. Such a crisis of obesity in the UK and around the world. I've just got quite a few ideas to just cut out the rubbish. I do little workouts pretty much every day. I do some climbing, I do some calisthenics like pull-ups, push-ups, a little bit of running, but I don't do much aerobic exercise. I haven't got a physical job. I'm not a gardener, a builder, something like that. And some of those guys doing these very physical jobs get overweight. And you would think, well, they're doing all that exercise. If you eat a lot of garbage, it's just hard to burn that off. Some people do, they do so much physical activity that they can eat a lot of garbage and still be in good shape, but it's just so much easier to just not eat that stuff. The crisps, the biscuits, the chocolates, the alcohol. If you want to have one of those things, if you want to have some wine, go out and buy a bottle of wine. Don't buy 6 bottles when you're at the supermarket to stock up, because it's just going to make you consume too much. If you want a chocolate bar, go out buy one. Go to that shop, drive there, walk there. Don't buy the multi-pack. If you do buy the multi-pack, put it somewhere that's out of sight. Don't have it on your desk at your computer. Take one out if you're sharing with your family, something like this. Take one biscuit out, maybe 2. Put it on your plate, then get the packet, wrap it up, maybe tape it up, put it in a paper bag, then in a container, and put it on a difficult to get to shelf. Okay, I must admit, I tried this for a while. It did help me somewhat, but I would still unwrap it, open it up, climb on the ladder to get that naughty snack. I actually just decided to cut out all this garbage. Biscuits, cannot stop eating them. One's particular biscuits as well, things like chocolate cookies. But these things are designed by food scientists to make you want more and more and more and more. When you eat fruits, if you eat an orange, you enjoy it. Do you really want 3 or 4 oranges? But when you eat a chocolate cookie, some ice cream, it's just chemically designed to make you want more, more, more. Crisps, I can eat them all day long. I just love crisps with a passion. But I just see them as garbage nutrition. I just don't buy them anymore. And I don't miss them. When I'm eating this kind of stuff, I want more of it. But when I cut it out completely, I just don't miss it.
You need to subscribe. Meghan subscribed. Why don't you?
When I start eating chocolate, this kind of stuff, I just want more and more of it. I have some on the day and I'm thinking about it later. Oh, how can I get more? How can I get more? But I've really been eating super clean the last few months. I'm just not missing any of this stuff. Small changes. I actually love extremes, radical changes to my life. I like taking on challenges, and some of you might be like that too, but with diet and nutrition, I had a friend I used to live with. He had a terrible diet, very overweight, and overnight went to the supermarket, bought loads of vegetables, turned around his diet completely. After a few weeks, he just flipped back to eating garbage. The supermarket bags were full of biscuits and crisps, and I asked him what happened, and he just said he felt depressed. And it's just too much of a change at once. Everything we eat and drink, consume, it changes the chemistry of our brains, and if you switch overnight so drastically, you're gonna feel bad. Make little changes week by week. I have a great friend I've spoken to about food sometimes, and he loves the junk. He also eats good food, but he always says to me,
"Oh, I enjoy my food."
As though I don't enjoy my food. And I have a big problem with this because you can really adjust your taste buds, and you can make healthy food that's really tasty. You will start to crave those things, and you will start to not want the garbage things anymore. When I look at fish and chips, all that grease, McDonald's burgers, if I was given a last meal, if I was facing the firing squad in punishment for making bad YouTube videos, I would not choose to eat McDonald's with the fries and the Coke. I would still have some brown rice and veggies and salad and salmon, boiled eggs. I love my boiled eggs in the morning. I used to fry them, eat my boiled eggs, and I love them. I love the texture. I love the taste. Even no salt on it. A bit about my diet. 15 years I was a vegan. I was vegetarian most of my life, but I felt a bit like my brain didn't work properly. I have ADHD, I found out last year, so maybe something to do with that, but I feel like I need this fatty protein every day, and I always eat eggs in the morning, eating 3 eggs at the moment.
Oh, I'm going to subscribe to this channel, love. Very good.
I try not to eat too many carbs, cut down on bread. I do like a little bit of it in my diet. Always get wholemeal breads. I try and get breads with less ingredients. There's a lot of processed food has many ingredients. I think that's a good rule. Try and choose foods with very few ingredients, less additives, this kind of thing. I'm pretty much eating the same thing every day now. I'm having porridge for breakfast with some nuts, a little bit of chopped dates for sweetness, sometimes maybe half a banana, maybe some blueberries. I'm drinking some coffee in the morning, espresso. Around midday, I'm eating a kind of healthy English breakfast. 2 or 3 eggs, beans, sometimes spinach, mushrooms, avocado.
I don't know what to say.
Avocados are wonderful. I buy these wonky ones that are quite cheap, and when they ripen up, I eat them. So I'm eating them some days not, depend if I've got them ripe. But fats is such a myth that you should have a low-fat diet. This seems to be a nonsense that I eat a lot of nuts, avocados, eggs, and I'm very lean right now. So this idea of, oh, you shouldn't eat avocados because there's lots of fats in them. Hang around the avocado section of Asda and see how many fat people come along and buy them. Later in the day, I'm eating a meal with a grain, normally brown rice, sometimes white rice a few times a week. I do love white rice. I could eat it all day long. Some grain, sometimes quinoa is great, buckwheat, and then some veggies, some onion, garlic, chili, and normally fish, like a canned fish, tuna, sometimes fresh salmon, mackerel, sardines. I have another meal of some rice cakes with peanut butter, and I may have another small meal like something like some sweet potatoes. Sometimes I mix sweet potatoes with my other food. Sweet potato, just fantastic nutrition, and they're not so Moorish like white potatoes. When I cook them, particularly like mashed or in the oven, oh my god, I just cannot stop eating them. And it's that similar thing to chocolate and biscuits, actually. Always binge on them and get bloated, and I just avoid them. I've never counted calories. I just pick good protein foods with nutrients, lots of veggies. I eat some fruit every day. I'll have maybe a small orange, a few blueberries, but a couple of bananas a day usually. I think with fruit, be careful of the idea of, oh, fruit's healthy, so I'll eat lots of fruit, and it's on top of your rest of your diet where you're eating sugar and things. You're just consuming even more sugar. Alcohol, I haven't drank a drop in 6 months. I personally think alcohol is garbage. I just don't think it's good for our health at all. I just think we should ditch it completely. Maybe with your family in a wedding or something, have a little sip of champagne, not saying teetotal. And I think this thing of like, oh, have some red wine with your meal, it's just bad calories, and it's just making us all fat. Most fat people I know drink a lot of wine. This have a glass of wine with your meal thing, a glass quickly goes into 2 glasses, 3 glasses, doesn't it? And when you open up a bottle of wine for 1 glass, you're probably gonna have a second glass. So I just think ditch the alcohol. Speaking of drinks, be careful of these coffees in Costa Coffee, Starbucks. These drinks that have fancy names, pumpkin spice latte, they've got crazy amounts of sugar in. There's different ideas about this. I've seen some people on Instagram talking about eating 1 meal per day. I eat about 4 to 6 times a day. This is not massive meals. Perhaps one of them is a bigger meal, like my rice meal. I like to eat smaller through the day. It helps my brain function, and I just don't get to that starving point. I think when you get really hungry, that's when you just want to binge, and you're going to bloat your belly, you stretch your belly, and I think you're also more likely to buy or eat bad food because your body is so hungry it wants high calories quickly, and things like crisps and chocolate bars and seem very tempting. Oh, meat! I used to be a vegetarian vegan for many years. I do now eat some chicken about twice a week. Most days I eat fish and I do eat eggs. I don't eat any dairy products. I don't know the science of dairy and about weight gain, weight loss, milk, dairy. I drink a little bit of soy milk in my tea. I don't know anything about dairy products and weight gain, weight loss. Not my, I'm not the one to ask about it. But everyone I follow is talking about butter. It's good to eat butter. It's high fat. It's good fats. Avoid the processed vegetable oils like margarines. Food prep! Yes, it's so important to prep your food, carry food. When you've got good food ready, it's just easy to grab. I like to always have food ready in the fridge. I like to cook when I'm not hungry. I'm very lucky because I work from home mostly, so I am at home with the fridge and I can prepare things. But I like to just prepare something when I'm in the kitchen. So I'm making my porridge and I think, I'll just chop some sweet potatoes, just boil them up. Then I've got some sweet potatoes ready. That's half a meal done. I really recommend getting a rice cooker. I'll link in the description to the one I use. You can make rice and porridge in it, and you can do it on a timer. So before I go to bed, I set my porridge to cook. I prep my porridge to be ready for in the morning. I do my meditation, a little bit of yoga, and then my porridge is ready. I also use that to cook rice. So I go out to do a show. I'm out for 4 or 5 hours. When I come back, my rice is ready for me. If I had nothing waiting for me at home, I might on the way home think, I'll go and buy some chips or a takeaway, things that I used to eat a lot, fish and chips in the past and this kind of thing. At least prep half the meal, like I say, like some rice. If you make some brown rice, which I eat quite a lot, that will be there for maybe 3 meals for the next 2 or 3 days. Then you can fry up a bit of onion, a few veggies, can of tuna. I also love my egg cooker. I'll link in the description to the one I use for that as well. Just put a little prick in the egg, bit of water, and then I can do my workout, whatever, not think about it, because I'm always overcooking things, burning things, partly my ADHD. So I love my cookers, love my timers. And when you're going out, take some food with you. Take something just to take the edge off your hunger. You don't need to be taking meals out with you. Say you're going out for the evening. I go out for a social to climb. I'm out for maybe 4 hours, and I just take a small sandwich, 1 piece of bread with peanut butter, and it's a small meal to take the edge off my hunger, so I won't buy anything when I'm out. When you buy things when you're out, they just tend to be processed, don't they? Eating out is a tricky one when you go to places like Tesco, the meal deal sandwiches, even the supposed healthy ones like chicken breast, falafel. They have a lot of sugar in there, in the sauces, things like that. You notice they got this sweet taste. There's a lot of hidden calories in there. I find it very strange, the attitudes about food. There's a very macho thing between men. I often offer male friends and people I'm working with, I offer them things I've got with me. I carry nuts and dates, and I'll offer them, and men will often say, too healthy for me. I'm a man, I don't eat healthy foods. Can anyone explain in the comments what is the psychology of this? I just don't get it. Of being a man that you don't care about your health. What a nonsense. You might beat yourself up for eating bad food, think you're lazy, think you're not disciplined. Okay, partly perhaps, but what a world we're in where we're absolutely bombarded with advertisements and this social pressure to eat this kind of garbage food that is just so mainstream. Everywhere you go, you're standing in the queue at the petrol station, it's chocolate bars, crisps. I have a joke with people, I say, oh, why they don't put salad here? And things are starting to change. I was in a Lidl's supermarket in the UK here the other day, and they had a queue where you're queuing around, and they had water bottles and nuts as you're waiting, which is fantastic, because in the past they always promoting the garbage. And you will get laughed at for being healthy, for eating real food. If you work with others, you prep your food, you bring your food box, you got some brown rice in there, some veggies, boiled eggs, you're gonna get mocked by your colleagues.
Oh, what's that you're eating?
You know what'll happen? Probably all those people saying that are all out of shape, all overweight. Probably if you do this after a while, they'll all start following you. They'll all start bringing the same kind of food. It's happened to me a lot. I got mocked in a band I was in for reading. I used to bring a book with me when we were on tour. These 4 guys, when I joined this band, this is 20 years ago, they said,
Oh, look at you with your book.
then a few weeks later, one of them bringing a book. A few months later, another one brings a book. Suddenly, we're all reading books. Stand out from the crowd. Be the odd one out. Be proud. We've got to turn this round where eating garbage is the norm, and people are destroying their healths, and our hospitals are just full of people with health problems that they've got from eating all this garbage. And it's not just for your body, it's for your brain. You will feel better eating cleaner. Make small changes. It's a step-by-step process. It's not all or nothing. If you slip back a few days, eat the wrong things, a few weeks, no problem, get back on it. On the flip side, don't be doing it like, oh, it's in the midweek, I eat healthy, and the weekends, oh, I'm off, I eat all garbage. Get used to eating real food all the time, because those days do add up. So if it's Saturday every week, oh, I eat rubbish on a Saturday, that's going to have a knock-on effect. But at the same time, don't have this idea of, oh, Monday to Friday I'll eat healthy, and then Saturday I'll eat a load of garbage, it's my day off. I think this will knock on to the rest of the week. If you eat this garbage one day, you're going to eat it the next day, the next week. You're slipping back into the old style. Just eat real food as the norm. Make that your culture. I think also special occasions like Christmas, etc. Okay, you'll think I'm really boring, but don't gorge on all the garbage on those days either. I just think it knocks on. You say, oh, it's just Christmas. Then it's just Boxing Day, leftovers. Then next week, there's a few things left over. But that trigger you to eat the next week, buy some more of this stuff, buy some more. I just think clean yourself up the whole time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.